Hey there, Bloomers and friends. It's good to be with you again for this week. I know that I talked extensively last week about the Bishop Karen Oliveto decision that was pending at the time, and we know that there was, over the weekend, the revelation that the Judicial Council of the United Methodist Church, which is considered by many to be that church's Supreme Court, had issued a ruling, and that the ruling had basically three parts. The main part that was about Bishop Oliveto really didn't change much in her life. I'm not going to get into the deep weeds on that, but the fact of the matter is they said that while it was wrong for her to have been consecrated, she remains in good standing, and so therefore she continues as a bishop. They don't have the power to undo that, and so she continues, and she continues to be appointed to her episcopal area, is what they're called, and she will go on bishoping, and we'll see how that goes. And they sent it back to the Western Jurisdiction College of Bishops to follow up on. And my hope for them, I'll tell you right out, my hope is that they follow the advice of Nancy Reagan and just say no to any further investigation and just let things ride as long as they can. We'll see what happens over time. What I was more disappointed and shocked by, and I think that the Judicial Council overstepped their bounds, but they can sort of do what they want to do, is that they imposed a further definition on the phrase that is the operative phrase in Methodism, practicing self-avowed. And they determined that if somebody has a marriage license, that automatically defines them as practicing self-avowed homosexuals, and that those people are not suited for ministry. And so that's a new thing. And the other new thing is that they overreached into the various annual conference, it'd be like our Southern California, Nevada conference, annual conference boards of ordained ministry. And while there are three, I think it's Northern California, Southern California, and New England, and also Wisconsin, so that would be four, boards of ordained ministry have said, and Northern Illinois, 5, have said we're no longer going to even consider anything to do with sexual orientation when it comes to ministry, and just leave that aside, not going to talk about it. Well, the Judicial Council said you have to, and that is like an overstepping of bounds, and how are they going to enforce that? So that's kind of a weird thing. So there's technically no change. There is a change and a weird thing. That's how I figured that came out of it. I think it's amazing that they issued a 19-page decision and basically didn't really say much, and that is typical. So I thought I'd just bring you up to date on that. It doesn't affect us as UCC folks. Other than the fact is these people are friends of ours, and we have people in our congregation that come from a United Methodist background, and so there's still connections in that way. And then there's just the fact that here once again is a church body coming down as being negative and exclusionary toward the LGBTQ community, and that's a bad thing. And that affects people, and we need to then be ready to minister to people who come to us as a result of that sort of action. And people come to us hurting, and other people come to us disillusioned about church because people do that sort of thing. So that's where we as a congregation need to continue to have our healing hearts open to help people when they come be with us, and continue to be really diligent about offering our extravagant welcome, and to make sure that we have quality worship that is welcoming and open and affirming in what we do and what we say, and also do our best to present a valid and a Christian witness with integrity in what we do. So that's what we can look for, and how we can be. This Sunday is Communion Sunday for Bloom. We look forward to welcoming again Dr. Dennis Marine, who is substituting for Malcolm Swan. Malcolm is back visiting friends and family in England. He's back traveling there with his husband, first time since he had moved here to the United States. And so we are glad that Malcolm is able to make that trip, and we're really glad that Dennis Marine will be with us. Wonderful piano talent, and we're looking forward to the music ministry that he brings for our Communion Sunday this week. And later, that would be actually coming up on this Saturday, so it's before Sunday. This Saturday is our elected and appointed retreat workshop here at the office. So if you're an officer, a ministry coordinator for Bloom, or someone that's in an appointed position and responsibility, these Saturday morning quarterly retreats are times for us to get together and share with one another, and hopefully do some renewal time as well. So I think that starts at 9 o'clock this Saturday, but look in the bulletin, not the bulletin, but look in Bloom Notes elsewhere for John DiNapoli's invitation to that, and we hope we can be together with you. So it's always good for us as a community to come together. We're thankful for all of you who are watching this from your snowbird habitat, and we know that you can't be with us this Saturday or this Sunday, but we hope that, as always, you'll keep us in your prayers.